Hello and welcome back everyone to Master Game Design, Unreal Engine 5 Stylized Environment and third-person blueprint course. In the last lesson we left around our back looking a little bit more polished up, and now we're going to continue on with the overall design. We're not going to worry about the design aspect too much just yet, since we still have a whole other section to finish, and this section is going to be mainly the slum area over here. And if I look at it from a distance, it's going to be a little visible, but if you look for example from this angle, we'll see that it can be quite a bit visible. We are going to mainly go inside of it with the player and whatnot, and we're just going to try to mainly focus on just getting the shapes out of the way, and we'll be speeding up our workflow a little bit overall in regards to this section. So for us to do that, we're going to go ahead and actually set ourselves up with certain type of blocks. We're going to actually make some modular pieces, so we could actually set up that type of slum area where it has like parts just sticking out and whatnot in a simple manner. Anyways, so for us to do that, we're going to go and just go all the way to the back like so. We're going to pick a couple of pieces for us to use. We're going to begin by grabbing a nice small type of a roof. I reckon this one over here is going to be quite okay. Alright, let's go ahead and just simply hold Alt, drag it outside, and now let's begin actually getting ourselves a small roof with the building itself set up. So for us to do that, we're going to grab one of the walls. We're just going to grab a basic type of a wall, hold Alt, put it up to the side. So just like we did previously, we're just going to start building it up nicely. This time, because it's more of a slum area, we're going to focus on packing everything as much as we can into a small section, so we could have a nicer area overall. I'm going to just hold Alt and turn this around actually 180 degrees like so, or actually sorry, we're going to turn it 90 degrees and just going to put it up in the corner over here just like that. And we're going to do the same thing for this other side as well. I'm just going to grab this like so, and I'm going to turn this 180 degrees. The reason being is that we will want to replace them with windows and whatnot, so we want to make sure that we keep it nice and simple for us to do that. Now we're going to go ahead and work on this front, but we're not going to just set it up with a simple wall. We're going to keep it as simple as we can in regards to the size of it. So let's go ahead and find a shortest wall we can, probably this one over here. I'm going to hold Alt, drag it out this outside like so, and see how this will work in regards to this entire section. Something like this. But even so, we need to basically make like an indoors type of a balcony to help us break up the surface a little bit. This is still a little too wide, so I'm just wondering if we have anything shorter. Alternatively, we can just go ahead and simply grab this and make this quite a bit smaller like so. Something like this. Going to go ahead and delete this, put it up to the side, and it's still looking quite a bit too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and make this even shorter, just like that, making it as small as possible without actually distorting the texture too much. Going to look quite alright. Now we're going to go ahead and actually put in a nice balcony section over here. So what I'm looking for right now is going to be, there you go, arches. We're going to go ahead and make use out of this area over here. This has like a nice wooden section, so I quite like that. I'm going to go bring this all the way to the side, and let's see how we're able to fit this in. We want this to be going inwards a little bit like so. And there we go, something like that. We need to make these walls actually a little bit thicker, like so. A little too thick now. There you go. And the other side as well. Something like that. Also going to bring this a little bit more to the back. Now we are going to be looking for the pillars to the side for support. We're going to grab, I think, the smaller ones actually this time. Just go ahead and check how they would look like. Might be a little too short actually for this. But it might be quite okay. The reason being is that we might just go ahead and just hold Alt and grab it to the bottom like so. I might even make it quite a bit shorter, so I'm going to grab both of them and just push it downwards. The reason we're doing it like this is because we want to ideally have something underneath as well as an extra, in case we just don't have enough space for the bottom, or in case we want to like have some extruded parts coming out. We want to basically future-proof ourselves with the setup, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. So we got like a nice foundation later down the line for this section. We're going to go ahead and just simply continue adding these parts over here, just making sure we can make a nice closed off area for this part, just like that. I think this is looking quite nice. Something like this. And on the other side as well, I'm not worried about this side being rotated, since I'm not planning to replace these parts. All right, so we got something like this. The top section is actually going off a little bit. I'm just wondering why. We have placed it a little bit too high up. Bring it down a little bit, like so. Like that. All right, so the door. As for the door, we're going to use the most basic one. It's supposed to look like slum area, so we're just using the most shabby looking door. Like so. We're going to put it in here. We're going to just grab another wall. Turn this around, like so. And set up something like this. Alright, maybe we need to actually lower this down a little bit, because they're sticking out, so we need to definitely lower this down, like so. Alright, so this is looking quite nice. Now, we need to first of all make sure that we have some supports on all the sides, just like that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this holding Alt, push it up, so make sure that the roof is properly positioned, just like that. So, and now we need to consider basically, well, I need to make sure that this has a bit of an edge. So making sure that both sides have a bit of that edge, just like that. There you go, that looks quite much nicer. And maybe I need to have it a little bit over here as well, so we'll actually just go ahead and grab it a little bit to the side, like that. That does not look good enough, so I'm just going to stretch it out just a little bit more. There you go, this side has it. This side has this sort of a ravine, like a sort of edge. Okay, so what I was trying to say before is about the base is that we need to get a sort of an extra. Most of the time, it's going to just look like this, but if we want to extrude it a little bit, we need to make sure that we have a base covered up. So we're just going to actually use the harbor blocks that we had, or actually the staircase block looks quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and use it, holding Alt. I'm going to just drag it out underneath, like so. And it probably needs 2 blocks, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that right away. Setting up 2 blocks, having them both, and now I can just simply shape them to any way I want. And the way I want it is to just make sure that it covers the whole base, like so. A little bit too much. Let's just go ahead and fix that up a little bit, like so. Making sure that it has a nice section for the bottom. Goes outwards a little bit too much, so let me just go ahead and tidy that up a little bit. And I might just bring it upwards, but you can see that it covers the top for this wooden support. So I'm just going to go ahead and lower it, and there you go, we got something like this. And there is a bit of a hole issue, so let's go ahead and fix that right away. I'm going to go ahead and bring it upwards just a little bit extra, like so. And we're going to maybe even grab we're going to grab both of them. We're going to extrude it a little bit like so, and just maybe put it up to the side, just like that, something like so. Looks quite nice. This other side, I might even keep this other edge like this, just so we're going to have more variation within this. Since we're setting it up as a modular piece, we need to make sure we have some of that in regards to the sections. As for the rest of the parts, we now need to consider what kind of like windows that we are going to be adding and whatnot, and things like that. So we're going to just grab certain windows for one side and certain windows for our side. I'm just going to place the most basic ones that I can find, probably this one over here. I'm going to put it put one like so. Maybe even make them smaller a little bit. Usually I try to keep the windows in the same pattern in regards to the scale, so we could have a more of a reference for the overall aesthetics. But since this is going to be a new area for the slums, we were going to just set it up a little bit differently. And this other side might just have 2 windows like so. And we're pretty much done with this section. We got ourselves a nice setup. So now we just need to consider some variations out of this, and yeah, we're going to continue on with this in the next lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you.